So till now we have seen data structures like array, linked list, records. So today we are going to see three more data structures. One is stack, one is queue, tree, binary tree, and the algebraic expressions regarding to the binary tree. So today we are going to see first stack and queue. Now linear list and linear array we have already done. Now we have seen that it allows to insert and delete elements at any place in the list, at the beginning, at the end, or in the middle. So we have seen the algorithms for inserting an element in an array. So we have seen that we can insert that element anywhere in the first position, middle position, last position, anywhere. Delete the element also anywhere we want. So that can be done in linked list also. But there are some situations when one wants to restrict insertion and deletion so that they can take place only at the beginning or end of the list and not in the middle. So two such data structures are stack and queue. Now see, there may be some situations where we don't want the elements to be inserted in between. Okay, so you can just take the example of your class. So when you enter your classroom, how many doors are there for you to enter the class? One or two? Yes,
One.
one. So just imagine that if you are having two doors, one to come inside and one to go outside, then what will happen? Now, most of you leave very early during the lectures due to you are having some class or any other thing, or you are missing your local. So what will happen if two doors are there? You will come inside in one door, and when I am writing on the blackboard, you may just uh, go outside by using the other door without me noticing, isn't it? So in some situations, we need to have only in the beginning or end. So we'll see what do you mean by stack and queue. Now stack is a linear structure in which items may be added or removed only at one end, called the top of stack. This means in particular that elements are removed from a stack in the reverse order of that in which they were inserted into the stack. Now you can insert or delete the elements only on the top of the stack. So you can take the example of stack of dishes. That means a stack of dishes is there on a table, and suppose you want to add or remove that dish of the table. So how you can do that? So suppose you want to remove the dish. So obviously you are going to remove the first dish which is there on the. So we'll just show the example here. Now these dishes are there. So they are arranged one on top of one another. So in stack, what happens? Whenever you want to add a dish, you add it on the top. You keep on adding like this. But suppose you want to remove a dish, so you don't go somewhere in the middle and remove that dish. You take that list from the top. That there are see actually the definition of stack and queue. It is usually asked in the exam for 2 marks. So what do you mean by stack? What do you mean by queue? Along with some example you have to give. So there are two terms related to stack. Now push is the term used to insert an element into the stack. Suppose you want to insert element into the stack, then the term is push. Suppose you want to remove an element, then it is pop. So push and pop are the two terms. So we'll just show one more example. Now suppose all of you can this stack 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this stack is there, empty stack is there. Now we want to insert. Now see, there is on the top there is empty. Okay, so that means we can insert an element from the top and nowhere else. From the bottom also you cannot insert. So we'll see. Now see, we have inserted one element into the stack. So we have to insert it from the top because it is open. So what 110 is inserted into this. So suppose you want to insert another element. Now see 20. So that is there on the top of that number 10. Okay. Now similarly, if we insert some numbers more like 30, 40, 50, so they are going to be inserted on top of one another. Okay. Now suppose you want to remove a particular number from this, then unless and until suppose you want to remove 30, so you cannot remove 30 directly. So we can remove the Now see what happens when you, now the first element that you are going to remove, that is going to be the last element which you have placed in the stack. So see 50 is removed first. So that is why it is called LIFO, last in first out. So whichever is the last element inserted into the stack, so that is only the first element which you will be removing. So all of you understood stack. For this, there are no representation in memory. Only the definition is asked in the exam of stack and queue data structure. So it is also called as LIFO. So all of you understood stack.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So next we are going to see queue. So it name only suggests that it is a linear list in which items may be added only at one end and items may be removed only at the other end. What happens in stack? You insert the elements from the same end and you remove them from the same end. So that is why it is called last in first out. Here what happens whenever you want to add items, so that is taking place at one end, and if you remove items, if you want to remove items, that is there at the other end. So two ends are there. So it is also called as first in first out. Since the first element in the queue will be the first element out of the queue, the elements can be deleted only at one end called the front. See, like in stack, there is push and pop. In queue, it is front and rear. And insertions can take place only at the other end called the rear. So you can insert the elements one by one from the rear. And if you want to remove some element, that has to be removed from the front. So example is a queue of people waiting at a bus stop for boarding or reservation ticket counter. So the first person in the queue, what he will do, he will just take the book and he will just wait for the bus. So then the next person will come. Similarly, for the people waiting in a bus, so this is a bus. See the number of people they are standing one by one. So what will happen? The elements they are added from the rear, from the behind, one by one they are adding here. First person is there, then the second, third, fourth. So one by one the queue increases. And if you want to delete some element, after the first person has moved out, then the list will move by one. See the example is there here. Now you can consider an array. So there are two ends. One is called the front, one is called the rear. Now suppose you want to insert an element, you have to insert the element from the rear side. So see 10 I have inserted. So it has come to the first position. Now if I insert some more elements, say 20, 30, 40 and 50, 60. So that again it has to be inserted from the rear. So one by one the elements will be inserted into the queue 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Now suppose you want to delete an element, then obviously it has to be deleted from the front because you cannot delete it from the rear. So the queue property is first in first out. So which was the first element which was inserted into the queue, so that will be deleted. Now see that 10 suppose you have deleted, then what will happen? 20 will shift to the 10 position. One by one each element will shift. So this is how queue is there. So usually for stack and queue, only the definitions are asked in the exam for 2 marks. So you have to just read the explanation and just give an example so you can easily get that marks. So all of you understood stack and queue.
Yes, sir.
So now we'll move to the next data structure, which is called the tree. See, we have seen in the first chapter that data structures they are organized into two, that is in linear order and hierarchical. So till now, whatever we have seen, they were in linear order, like the array we have seen, linked list we have seen. So they all of them are in the linear order. So till now, we have not seen any data structure based upon hierarchical relationship. So okay, so for the syllabus, only one is there for hierarchical. So that is called the tree. So we have got two or three topics inside tree. One is tree, other is binary tree, and algebraic expression regarding to that tree. So usually questions based on tree, it is asked for 4 marks in the exam. So either the question will be define tree and its some sub components, or what do you mean by binary tree, or you may be given one algebraic expression and you have to represent it by using a tree. So usually 4 mark question is every time asked in the exam. So we'll see what is a tree. So tree is a non-linear data structure. Till now, whatever data structures we have seen, they were linear. So tree is an exception to it. Tree is a non-linear data structure which consists of hierarchical relationship between element. So we know what do you mean by hierarchy. So like in the college, the principal is the topmost hierarchy. After that comes the four vice principals, then the teachers, then the non-teaching staffs, and then the students. So likewise in the tree, hierarchy is maintained. So what is the definition of tree? Tree is a usually definition is asked for 1 mark. Tree is a non-linear hierarchical data structure which consists of finite sets of one or more nodes, that is collected data items. So it can have one or more nodes. Now you can see the tree structure. Now suppose this is a tree. So how many sub we have? So it is T1 and T2. So we have got two nodes. So what do you mean by nodes? So we have seen in linked list. The nodes consist of the data more. So that will be three. So n number of subtrees you can draw for a normal tree. Okay. So it is a non-linear hierarchical data structure which consists of finite sets of one or more nodes, that is collected data item, such that there is a specifically designated node called the root. So the beginning of the tree will start. Now here the root is R. So the name isn't doesn't matter whether it is R, A, B, C, anything, but the first node in any tree, it is called as the root. Okay, so you have to mention whenever you write tree, specifically are partitioned into n is greater than 0 finite disjoint sets t1 t2 up till tn. So n number of trees you can draw, sub trees. It can be t1 t2 3 3. So t1 t2 they are called the sub tree. Okay, so usually if tree definition is asked, this much you write, it will come for either 1 mark or 2 marks. So now we are going to see what do you mean by binary tree. So binary means what? We have seen binary number system. How many numbers are there in binary number system? Since last year we had seen number systems. In binary numbers, what are the two basic numbers?
0 and 1.
0 and 1. So obviously, like the name suggests, binary tree, that means it should not have more than two subtrees. Okay. So what do you mean by binary tree? Binary tree T. Now what is this T? Now whenever we define an array, suppose we define an array A of size 10, then A is called an array. Similarly, binary tree, if you say, now T is that A. Okay, when we define an array of size 10, we write A into bracket 10. So A is a array. Similarly here, T is nothing but an tree. It can be any tree. So here we are telling about binary tree. It is defined as a finite set of elements called nodes such that T is empty, called the null tree or empty tree. T is empty means what? Suppose a tree is there and we are not having any subtree to it. Then that is also a binary tree. So it can be empty. Okay. And T means what? That name of the tree contains a distinguished node R. Again, we have seen the same thing. R called the root of the T. Now suppose this is an T, that is a tree. Then the first is called the root. And the remaining nodes of T form an ordered pair of disjoint subtrees. See, in the definition of tree, we have seen T1, T2 up till Tn. So n number of subtrees can be there. But in binary trees, only two subtrees can be there. That is T1 and T2. Okay. So if T contains a root R, then the two trees T1 and T2 are called the left and right subtrees. Now this is the root. So this is the left subtree. This is the right subtree of R respectively. That means this is the root. If T1 is non-empty, then its root is called the left successor of R, and T2 is non-empty, then it is called the right successor of R. Now this is the root. So below this, there are the successors. Now T1 is a successor of R. Similarly, T2 is a successor of R. So one is a left, other is a right successor. So left and right subtrees. Now these are the subtrees T1, T2. So they can be empty. In binary tree, there is no node with degree greater than 2. So in binary tree, either it can have 0, either it can have a single tree, or it can have 2. But you cannot have more than 2. You cannot have 3, 4, 5. Okay. So all of you understood the definition of binary tree.
Yes,
Usually
sir.
in the board exam, definition of binary tree is asked along with the solving of an algebraic expression. Okay, some expression is given to you and you are told to solve them. So usually the question is for 4 marks. It is many times asked in the exam. Any expression is given and you have to represent it by using a binary tree. So you have to write the definition of binary tree and solve the expression by using the tree. Now this is very important because every time it is coming for 4 marks. Sometimes the definition is for 1 mark and the drawing of that tree is for 3 marks. So drawing of the tree is very easy once you understand it. And if you solve around 8 to 10 problems, then any tree you can solve. Okay. So we'll just see that example. First, we are just going to see the explanation of binary tree and then we'll see the solving of the tree. Now see, this is a tree, binary tree. Now, how many nodes are there in this tree? So we can just count. Now, this is the root of the tree. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So total 11 nodes are there of this tree, starting from A to K. See, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. So total 11 nodes are there in this tree. So how we can define this? First element is the root. So root of the tree is the node A at the top of the diagram. See, in the exam you can give any numbers here, but whichever is the top, so that is known as the root. Now B is left successor and C is right successor of node A. See, writing this is also very easy. Now the next point is also simple. Left subtree of root A consists of E and F. Now see, this is a binary tree. So this is what this is left subtree, whereas this portion it is right subtree. See, one tree may be having many subtrees. Okay, so this is the left subtree and this is the right subtree. So only that you have to just mention. Left subtree of root A consists of the node B, D, E, and F. See, so simple it is there. Left subtree consists of these many nodes, and the right subtree consists of C, G, H, I, J, K. So see, 3 points are complete. One is the root, one is the left successor, right successor, left subtree, right subtree, and one more point you can just add. Any node in binary tree has either 0, 1, or 2 successors. So it cannot have more than 2 successors because the name is binary tree. If it was normal tree, then it can have n number of successors. But since it is a binary tree, it can either have no successor, 1 or 2 successor. Now see, you can just see that where there are successor, 2 successor. Now see, this is the root. So how many successors are? 1, 2. Similarly, the nodes having 2 successor. Now see B is also having D and E. So B is also having 2 successor. Similarly, C is also having 2 successors, G and H. Similarly, H is also having 2 successors, I and J. Okay, so we can just write the nodes A, B, C, H, C. A is having 2 successors, B is also having 2 successors, C is also having 2 successors, and H. So these 4 nodes, they are having 2 successors each. Now you have to write which successors have got 1 nodes. Now see here, E, it has got only 1. We don't have 2 branches. So only one successor are there. Similarly, for I, only one successor is there. So you have to just write the nodes E and have I have only one successor, and the nodes D, F, G, K, and J have no successors. See, D is not having any successor. Similarly, F is not having any successor. G is not having any. K is also not having, and J is also not having. So these nodes, they don't have any successors, and the nodes which do not have any successors, so they are called terminal nodes, also called leaf. Okay. So the nodes which don't have successors, they are called as terminal nodes or leaf. The trees T1 and T2 are said to be similar if they have the same structure or the same shape. Now T1 and T2 means what? Now T1 and T2 means in the binary tree subtrees. Now when they are said to be similar means what? Now suppose this is a left subtree and this is a right subtree. Are they similar? No, because they are not same in structure and not same in size. Okay. How could they be same in structure and shape? Now see B, D, E, F. So here suppose C, G, H, I, only this many there. Suppose J was not there and K was not there. Suppose these two nodes were not there, then we can call that the trees T1 and T2 are said to be similar if they have the same structure or same shape. Now these two subtrees, if they were having the same shape, now you can imagine that K is not there and J is also not there, and this structure is there and this structure is there. So both the subtrees are having the same structure, so they will be called similar. So see, binary tree, for writing this definition, no need to learn by heart. You just have to know that what B stands for, what C stands for, what is left subtree, what is right subtree, and how many successors each nodes have. Only that if you write, so you can easily get the marks. So all of you understood binary trees? Yes or no? Because
Yes,
based
sir.
upon
Yes,
this, we are
sir.
going to solve the
Sir,
examples based on trees. Okay. So next thing is very important. So you can just see how to draw the trees, because many times you make silly mistakes in the while drawing the tree, and you lose 3 marks, because this question is mainly asked for 4 marks, one for the definition and one for drawing the tree. Now algebraic expressions, before doing that we'll just see what do you mean by algebraic expressions. So you already know in maths what these expressions mean. Now I've just taken one example, E involving only binary operations such as E is equal to A minus B divided by C star D plus E. See, I have given it in brackets. Now, E can be represented by means of a binary tree as shown below. Each variable or constant in E appears as an internal node in T. Now, T means what? A tree structure. Like I told you, suppose array I have given A of size 10. So that is nothing here. Now here tree means T, okay, whose left and right subtrees correspond to the operands of the operations. Now in paper 2 we have seen what do you mean by operands. So here the operands of plus are C star D and E. Now see, here the operand is there and C star D and E. Okay, so in the tree T, the subtree of the node plus corresponds to the sub expression C star D and E corresponds to the sub expression. So you will come to know what do you mean by this when I show you the tree. Every algebraic expression will correspond to a unique tree and vice versa. See, in the example, the question is asked, what do you mean by binary tree? And solve the given algebraic expressions and convert it into a binary tree. Now, the same algebraic expression, we are going to convert it into a tree. It is very simple, but you have to just remember the logic of drawing the tree. Now see, draw tree diagram for the expression E is equal to A minus B slash C star D plus E. Now first thing you have to see in the expression is how you can divide the expression into two parts, or how it is represented into two parts. Now see here, E is equal to the remaining expression. That means the two parts are, one is E and the other is this part. Okay. So binary means what? You have to divide that expression into two parts. Consider which is the main dividing point. No, so here equal to is the dividing point. So we'll write equal to as the, what is the first node in the binary tree called? We have just seen. It is called as the root. Okay. Now equal to, you can assume that it is the root. Now E, where it will come? It will come to the left hand side, and this whole expression it will come to the right hand side. Okay. Now see, the first thing is what? You have to join it by using an line and show like this. So this is the left tree. Now we have to write the right tree. Now again see the right hand side. Now you can consider which will be the dividing position or the middle position in this. Okay. Now in the left subtree, what is there? A minus B. So how we can represent A minus B over here? See, you can just write a dash. This is a minus sign. And then A and B, you can just write as a subtree of this minus. Like this. See, A, B. Now you can just see this expression. See, A dash. So E is equal to A minus B slash. See, till this we have done. Now this part we have to write in the this subtree. See, for the slash, this is the left side and this is the right side. Now again see this expression, which is the middle part? C star D plus E, which is the middle part? Yes?
Plus.
Plus. Now see, the right side will write plus. Now C star D, it is to be there on the left side and E should be there on the right hand side of this plus. So first we'll write the easy part, that is just E is there. So we'll just write E to the right hand side. So what we'll write to the left hand side? C star D is there. How you can represent them?
Multiplication.
First
Star.
multiplication sign, that is star. Then again draw two symbols, C and D. Now see, this question comes for 3 marks. So see how easy it is once you understand the logic. Okay. See the expression and see how, where the root is there. So E is equal to means what? This is the left hand side. This is the RHS. This is the LHS. So consider this as the root. E is equal to whatever is there on the right hand side. You can just draw the trees accordingly. Now see, this is an example of binary tree. So no tree is there greater than is there greater than 2. See, here 2 are there, 2 are there. Again here 2 are there. So everything it is either it can be 1 or 2. Now you can also notice that the last part, it will by writing the hidden operators and then try to solve the tree. If directly if you try to solve this tree, then you will get 0 marks. Now see, 3r divided by 5t raised to 2. So you can, all of you know raised to sign or caret sign. Okay, so this is
Yes,
the caret sign. So if you see on the keyboard, above 6, this sign is there, raised to 2. That means this whole algebraic expression raised to 2. See again here, q raised to 3 is there. If you write q into q into q, or suppose q square is there, if you write q into q, then that is wrong. So wherever the power expression is there, you have to use this caret sign raised to 3. Now tell me which is the root here. LHS is what and RHS is what? Where you are going to divide this tree. See, this is a binary tree. You have to draw the diagram. So what we'll write for root? It is divided into two parts. B is equal to means what? This is the middle position, equal to. So first we'll write equal to. What we'll write on the left hand side?
B.
B. Okay. So what we'll write on the right hand side now? Now this complete expression is there on the right hand side. So we'll first take what you are going to write?
Minus.
Minus. because these two expressions are there, the middle part is minus, and to the left hand side you have to write this part, to the right hand side you have to write this part. Okay, now see this expression, it is multiplied by 2 raised to 2. So for the left hand side, first we'll take this raised to like this, because this expression 3 star r divided by 5 star t raised to 2, it is square of this. So first take that operator, and what you can do, 2 you can write it down this side, or you can write it down later. Now see this part is there, 3r divided by 5t. So the dividing position is what? Slash. So write slash. And the next operator is what? To the left hand side, 3 star r. How we'll write here? First you have to write star.
Star.
Okay, I have shown this 2. After this we'll write star, and then 3 will come on this side, r will come on this side. Now similarly this 5 star t means again from this side, right hand side, star will come, 5 and t. Okay, now this is the left. Now you can just observe like this, b is equal to, now 3 star r means 3r, and divided by 5 star t means 5t. See this expression, and then what? Raised to 2. See this power sign, raised to 2. So we have got this expression. See, either the expression in the exam, the expression is given, you have to draw the trees, but after drawing the tree, you can just check whether you have written the expression correctly. See, 3r divided by 5t raised to 2. So b is equal to 3 into r is r divided by 5t raised to 2, then the minus sign. Now again on the right hand side, these two expressions are there, r plus q raised to 3. See here the complete expression was raised to 2, but here only q is raised to 3. So which will be the right hand side, this part? R plus q3
Plus.
plus sign. Okay, so this one is just write r on the left hand side. Now q raised to 3. What you write here on the right hand side?
Raised to.
Raised to. Okay, raised to, and q on the left hand side and 3 on the right hand side. So see, this was asked last year. So given an algebraic expression, you have to represent by using a binary tree. So the definition of binary tree is for 1 mark, and drawing of the binary tree is for 3 marks. So see, 4 marks easily you can get by giving the definition and drawing the tree.